Alright, hey guys, what's up? It's another Monday, and you know what that means. It's another Murderous Monday. And today, and this Monday, we are going to be talking about this next serial killer. Arthur Shawcross. Who was he? What was his early life like, and why and how did he become so evil? I will answer that and more in this video as I take you down the perspective mind of a serial killer. Before I get this video started, my friend Lacey, her sister's boyfriend's aunt used to work in the same building as Shawcross. They were alone so many times. He always had scratches on him, but he would claim that he got them from hiking in the woods. And my friend said that's what something a murderer would say. And yeah. Now, if you do not want to hear about raping and cannibalism and killing, I'd say click off this video and I'll see you another one. Now, let's get this video started. Arthur John Shawcross, born June 6, 1945, and died November 10, 2008, also known as the Genesee River Killer, was an American serial killer, rapist, and cannibal, active in Rochester, New York, from 1972 to 1989. So, almost 20 years. Shawcross's first known murders took place in his hometown of Watertown, New York, where he killed a young boy and a girl. Under the terms of a plea bargain, he was allowed to plead guilty to one charge of manslaughter, for which he served 14 years of a 25-year sentence. Shawcross killed most of his victims in 1988 and 1989, after being granted an early parole, which later led to controversy. A food service worker, Shawcross, trawled the streets of Rochester, went down the streets of Rochester in his girlfriend's 1984 Dodge Omni, later using her 1987 Chevrolet Celebrity, which I never heard of that, looking for prostitutes to kill. Shawcross died, thankfully, on November 10th, 2008, while serving a prison sentence of 250 years for his crimes at the age of 63. Dr. Michael H. Stone, professor of psychiatry at Columbia University and an authority on violent behavior, identified Shawcross as one of the most egregious examples of the unwarranted release of a prisoner in his book called The Anatomy of Evil. Now, before we go any further, I just want to let you guys know that if you've seen one of his interviews, because the interviewer says, "How do you know they're dead?" He goes, "How? I don't know, just do." Like, literally in, like, that same exact voice, like, "Brr." And he said, and he said, "How did you kill them?" He said, "Probably strangulation." Like, see, like, he didn't say, like, directly. He said probably they killed him, and probably was from strangulation. Early life. Arthur John Shawcross was born in Kittery, Maine, of the first of four children of Arthur Roy Shawcross and Elizabeth Betty Yearakes Shawcross. Sorry if I'm butchering the names. His family moved to Watertown, New York when he was young. Shawcross said throughout his childhood he was a frequent bedwetter, which is number one of being a serial killer. Obviously past the age of, 12, probably. Second is, and I said this in multiple of my videos, bedwetting, killing small animals, and I forgot the other one, but it's the trifecta. It's the triangle of becoming serial killer. He later claimed his mother performed oral sex. Wait, hold on. Childhood, he was a frequent bedwetter, which is one part of the McDonald triad, which I don't really know what that is. He later claimed his mother's performed oral sex on him for several years, starting when he was just age 7. And that during junior high school, he had sexual relations with his sister. Shawcross had a reputation at school as a bully and would frequently act out violently. He dropped out of high school in 1960. In April of 1967, at age 21, Shawcross was drafted into the United States Army, so at least he did something good. At this time, he divorced his first wife and gave up his rights to their 18-month-old son, whom he never saw again. Wow. I bet he didn't even know his own father either. He served one tour of duty with the 4th Supply of Transport Company of the 4th Infantry Division in Vietnam. He later boasted of grotesque combat exploits such as beheading Mamassins, which those are a woman in position of authority, especially like a nightclub or a bar. And nailing their heads to trees as a warning to the Viet Cong. I should know what that means. And engaging in cannibalism. In reality, he never served in a combat position. After the war, Shawcross was stationed at Fort Sill in Lawton, Oklahoma, as an armorer. His second wife, Linda, experienced several aspects of his disturbing behavior, especially his penchant for starting fires. An Army psychiatrist told her that Shawcross derived sexual arousal from setting fires. Another part of the triad, which it probably means like statement probably. Returned to New York. So after the Army. After his discharge from the Army. Now, it didn't say honorable or dishonorable. It just says discharge. From the Army, Shawcross moved with Linda from Oklahoma City to Clayton, New York. Linda would soon divorce him, after which he began committing crimes such as arson and burglary at Attica Correctional Facility and later Auburn Correctional Facility. After serving 22 months, he was granted an early release in October of 1971, in part due to his role in the rescue of a correctional officer during a prison riot. Shawcross returned to his hometown of Watertown. Shawcross returned to his hometown of Watertown, New York, eventually getting a job with the Watertown Public Works Department and marrying for the 3rd time. On May 7th, 1972, he raped and killed his first known victim, aged 10-year-old Jack Owen Blake. After luring the boy into a wooded area in Watertown, Blake's body was not found until authorities received a tip by telephone on September 5th. I'm guessing of the same year, 1972. On September 2nd, just prior to the body's discovery, Shawcross raped and killed 8-year-old Karen Ann Hill, who had been visiting Watertown with her mother for Labor Day weekend. And he was arrested, thankfully, the next day. But probably got released, obviously. Otherwise, he would have been really being a serial killer, would he? A grand jury indicted Shawcross for the murder in Hill's death. On October 17th, 1972, he was allowed to plead guilty to a lesser charge of first-degree manslaughter for both deaths and was sentenced to an indeterminate term with a maximum of 25 years at Attica Correctional Facility. In November, he was transferred to Green Haven Correctional Facility. Jefferson County District Attorney William McCluskey explained the plea bargain by stating that other than Shawcross's confession to police, there was no direct evidence linking him to the Blake's killing. McCluskey also suggested Shawcross could have argued at the trial that he was under extreme emotional disturbance, and a jury would have been likely to arrive at a verdict of manslaughter. After Shawcross was imprisoned for 14 years, inexperienced prison staff and social workers concluded that Shawcross was no longer dangerous. Really, disregarding the warnings of psychiatrists who had assessed Shawcross as a schizoid psychopath. He was released on parole in April of 1987. Shawcross had difficulty settling down as neighbors would protest his presence, and employers would refuse to hire him. He first moved to Binghamton, New York, then relocated to Delhi with a girlfriend, Rose Marie Wally. When Delhi residents became aware of Shawcross's presence, the couple moved to a nearby Fleischmann's, which is a village within the town of Middletown in Delaware County, New York, only to be met with hostility as well. In late June 1987, Shawcross's parole officer moved him and Wally into a transient hotel in Rochester, but failed to notify local authorities of this action. In mid-October, Shawcross and Wally found more permanent lodgings at 241 Alexander Street in Rochester. Now, trial and conviction. In November 1990, Shawcross was tried by Monroe County First Assistant District Attorney Charles J. Siragusa for the 10 murders in Monroe County. He pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity, with testimony from forensic psychiatrist Dorothy Lewis that he had brain damage, multiple personality disorder, now known as dissociative identity disorder, or DID, and post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, and had been sexually abused as a child. Lewis also claimed that Shawcross moved into a separate internal personality named Bessie when he killed, arguing for him to be institutionalized rather than being returned to a prison system. In response to the defense's claim that Shawcross's actions were the product of post-traumatic stress disorder resulting from his War Service FBI criminal profiler Robert K. Ressler, but Ressler, reviewed the claim on behalf of the prosecution before the trial. Ressler wrote that Shawcross's claim of having witnessed wartime atrocities was patently outrageous and untrue. Prosecution psychiatric Dr. Park Dietz, it's Diet with a Z at the end, testified that Shawcross had antisocial personality disorder. It was later determined that Shawcross had a cyst pressing on the temporal lobe of his brain, as well as scarring on his frontal lobes, areas that are responsible for decision-making and self-control. Imprisonment and death. Shawcross was incarcerated at the Sullivan Correctional Facility in Fallsburg, New York, where he was held until his death. In 2003, Shawcross was interviewed by British reporter Catherine English. So she wasn't British, she was English. No, I'm just kidding. For a documentary on cannibalism. He bragged about slicing out and eating the vulva of 3 victims, but refused to discuss his earlier claim about eating the genitals of his first victim, Jack Blake. Officials said 63-year-old Shawcross complained of a pain in his leg on the afternoon of November 10th, 2008. He was taken to Albany Medical Center, where he went into cardiac arrest and died shortly thereafter. He was pronounced dead at 9:50 p.m. Now, other people he murdered. In March 1988, Shawcross began his murdering again, primarily targeting prostitutes in the Rochester area. Before his capture less than 2 years later, he was convicted of 11 murders, with a 12th not officially ascribed to him. But the victims were, nonetheless, number 1, Dorothy Dotsy Blackburn, age 27, disappeared March 18th, 1988, found March 24th, 1988. 2. Anna Marie Stephan, age 28, July 9th, 1988, and was found September 11th, 1988. Dorothy Keeler, 59, disappeared July 29th, 1989, and discovered October 21st, 1989. Patricia Patty Ives, 25, disappeared on September 29th, 1989, and found October 27th, 1989. June Stott, 30, October 23rd, 1989, and was found on November 23rd, 1989. Marie Welch, 22, disappeared November 5th, 1989, and discovered January 5th, 1990. Franny Brown, 22, disappeared November 11th, 1989, was found November 15th, 1989. Kimberly Logan, 30, November 15th, 1989, found also the same exact day, November 15th, 1989. Elizabeth or Liz Gibson, 29, November 25th, 1989, found November 27th, 1989. Darlene Trippi, 32, disappeared December 15th, 1989, and discovered January 5th, 1990. June Cicero, sorry if I butchered that name, 33, December 17th, 1989, and was found January 3rd, 1990. Felicia, and last but not least, Felicia Stevens, 20, December 28th, 1990, and was found on December 31st, 1989. All victims were murdered in Monroe County, except for Elizabeth or Liz Gibson, who was killed in neighboring Wayne County. Retired detective Robert Capel, or whatever, has argued that the detectives investigating the case over-relied on the concept of his M.O., or something operandi, Mondavius operandi or something. At times, searching for multiple suspects due to small differences in the profiles of each victim. On January 5th, 1990, 2 days after June Cicero's body was discovered by aerial surveillance, police arrested Shawcross. He had been spotted by an eyewitness and a police surveillance team standing near his car, apparently, now this is gross, masturbating on a bridge over Salmon Creek near where Cicero's body has been dumped. And that was all for this monstrous case, just like any other case that I do on this channel, of one Genesee River killer, Arthur Shawcross. The weather's getting cooler. The weather's getting cooler. It's getting nicer out. The leaves are starting to change color, starting to fall off. It's that time of year again. It's my birthday almost. It's Christmas almost. Yeah. So, I'll give you guys a hint on which one I'm going to be doing next. And also, I'm sorry I didn't give you guys a hint last week. But I couldn't because I didn't really even know which one I was going to do. You know what? I'm going to do... Now, I'm not going to say the name, but I think he was 13 years old, 13 or 14 years old. He murdered his math teacher. And then... Hold on. The math teacher went into the ladies' restroom, right? After school, and you saw this guy following her. He cut her up, put her in a big garbage bag, put it in a garbage can, like one of those big rolly dumpsters, but not like dumpsters, like the garbage cans. Rolled it out of the school, and was found, and I don't know how many years he served, probably 40 years, probably. I mean, I don't even know what made him kill, but, yeah. If you guys know who I'm talking about, please put it down in the comments below. And please, like, comment, subscribe, be a good person, don't be a bad person, just like Anna Templeton says. And I'll catch you guys on my next video. Peace.